Whether you're a working professional or content creator on the go, if you use one of these or you're using a laptop, then you should have one of these in your bag just in case. So what we have here is an 8-in-1 hub by Cakitte or Sakite. You never really know with a lot of these companies and how they intend to be pronounced versus how it actually is. So I'm going to go with Cakitte. So 8-in-1 hub, let's take a look at the functionality because this one's going to be a little bit of a unique hub focusing on the things that you specifically need. We'll talk about the connections and then we'll discuss how you can actually use it. So it's going to come, a lot of these hubs are going to come packed the exact same way. You are going to get the hub and you are going to get an instruction manual. The instruction manual is actually written pretty nicely in English that you can understand, talking over all the features, how you can use it, and some specifications. So I've already played with this one. I've done a couple of speed tests on it because that is going to be one of the things that is going to be critical for understanding the limitations of these. So on one side, you're going to have your port. This is going to be a USB Type-C port. It'll plug in two places. Number one is you can use it and you can plug it in into the bottom of a cell phone. Number two is if you have a computer or a laptop, most of the computers right now are going to come with a USB Type-C connection, which is called USB 3.0 a lot of times, and you can also use the same port for USB 4.0 or Thunderbolt. Now, once you plug it into the device, basically you're going to have 8 other functions or 8 other ports with which you can use. So on the left side of it, you are going to have a compact flash. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You're going to have an SD secure digital card slot, and you have TF transflash or micro SD, as that's most commonly known. On this side, on the bottom, you're going to have an HDMI port, along with you have an additional HDMI port right here. Next, you're going to get 2 USB 3.0 ports. Then you're going to get a USB-C port, and you're going to get a power display port or PD port, which is also a USB type connection. So how can you use this? So number one, SD and trans flash cards. Let's say you're a content creator and you took some pictures on your professional camera and now you want to view it on the phone, or you want to basically be able to send the files out. You'll be able to plug it in, plug the card in, and now you can access all of those on here. Some of the modern cameras, let's say for example I'm recording on a Sony a7 IV, that is going to have the capability of going Wi-Fi direct to your phone, but oftentimes it's not. Another thing you can actually use this for, and the way that I actually like them, is you can plug it into your phone, and you can also take one of these. So this is a Sabrent device, and it's basically an M.2 enclosure. Inside here I have a 1 terabyte drive. Plug this in, and now you can also plug this into the hub. So what this is going to allow me to do is look at the things from the drive on my phone, where you can't, well, you can, number one, you can go directly, but what you can also do is you can plug in a card and go from card to phone, from phone into the drive, or vice versa. So definitely it's going to give you a little bit of versatility there. HDMI ports, so you have 2 HDMI ports. This is going to let you go from a phone or a laptop and extend out and stream to anything with an HDMI port, such as a monitor or a TV. Do note, if you're using this with an Android phone, a lot of the phones are not going to be able to, and if you're still using USB 2.0, we're not going to be able to power and stream HDMI through the USB Type-C port. So just because the hub can do it doesn't mean the phone can actually do it. So this is the Samsung Z Flip 3. The Z Flip 3 does not have that capability of doing it. So I know oftentimes people will buy these thinking, well, it can do it, but your phone actually still has to be able to support that format. Next, but like I said, a laptop, some of the iPads, they can actually, I'm not sure about iPads, but Apple laptops, they can do that, and most modern Windows laptops will be able to do that. Next, you have 2 USB ports. So the way that I actually would use that, and the way I have used this, is let's say, for example, you've cracked your screen on a phone, you can plug in a wired keyboard and mouse into here, and you can actually you'll see a mouse icon on here, and you can use the mouse to control your phone. Very, very useful. Another way that's going to be useful, let's say for example you are a professional, you're on the go, and you forgot your laptop, or you need to write a long email, anything else like that, you can plug in a keyboard and you'll be able to type directly through there. You don't need to go and find another laptop. Same thing, this will actually also work for external hard drives as well, as long as those are powered. And then you have USB Type-C. So USB Type-C is going to be perfect for devices such as this. And then power display port. So this is actually a powered port. You can actually plug in a USB Type-C here, and it'll quick charge your phone up to, I believe, up to 100 watts. Now, some limitations. So this advertisement, they do advertise higher speeds, so USB-C is going to be capable of much faster data speeds. However, the speeds on these SD and trans flash slots are going to be lower. I was able to, with the speed test, it'll transfer max out at about 20 megabytes per second. Even though the card is capable of some of the cards are going to be capable of far more than that. So if you're recording with a V30, V60, or V90 SD card, those are going to be capable of about 200 megabytes. So you'll tap this out. So it'll take up a little bit longer than you're supposed to. The alternative to that is, if you have a faster capable card reader, you can plug that card reader into the USB 3.0 slot, plug the card in there, and then you'll be able to get the full speeds on those. So with my, I use Lexar 1800X cards, and they're capable of about 260 read speeds and about 150 to 180 write speeds. We're able to get it through using the card reader, but not plugging in directly into here. It'll be much slower. But if you're just transferring pictures, it's not going to be a problem. If you're using it for video, I just wanted to make sure to point that out, that it is not going to be as fast as it might be considered. The other thing, so plugging in so this is a USB-C HDMI and M.2 drive. When plugged in here, I was only able to get about 350 megabytes per second read and write. If you plug this directly into the computer, it's capable of it. We were able to get about a gigabit. So it's fast, it's much faster pass-through, but there are still going to be limitations on that drive. Otherwise, very, very decent drive, good value for the money, and if you're out on the go and you need this capability, you might not need all of the speeds, versus using basically native and plugging your peripherals into there. But let's say, for example, if you're using with a phone, this is going to be a very, very nice accessory to have. Solid fit and finish on this, I can't really complain about it. So it's like an aluminum type housing, and very nicely packaged, good cables on here, and you'll be good to go. So if you're looking for an 8-in-1 hub, do take a look at this one, Cakitte 8-in-1 hub.